Hi Cancer, welcome back. So Cancer, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to get right into it. When I was meditating on the overall collective Cancerian energy, I almost couldn't concentrate because the song was playing so loud, and it's the song, I think, Talk About It. I'm not entirely sure the title, but it's a pretty common song. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, ooh baby. Excuse my singing. But and then they just kept showing me the mouth opening and closing, opening and closing. So either there's a lot of talk going on, a lot of conversations to be had. You might be feeling a little more talkative than usual, or you're dealing with or living with someone that is very talkative. And it could be that there's something you've been suppressing, Cancer, that you really need to talk about. Because they also showed me, it's a kids movie, right? I think it's called Soul is the name of the kids movie. And one of the characters is the angry one. And every time he gets angry, his hair catches on fire. So they kept showing me that specific image. I think that was the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's like, be careful about being quick to lose your temper. As I did feel a moody energy coming in the Leo reading as well. Some of you could have Leo in your chart, be connecting with the Leo. But it's like whatever you've got on your mind, whatever you've been suppressing, best to just talk about it rather than to sit on it. Because I feel like if you try to sit on this, it's going to erupt in kind of an unexpected way. So if there's been something you've been putting on the back burn, Cancer, and I got the word Capricorn. Some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. Side note, if you're not, don't worry. But there's something here that possibly is going to be brought to the front burner if you don't get it off your chest or get it off your mind, okay? Because the encouragement over and over and over again in the meditation was to talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. So that's kind of the messages that I received. I also saw a few images. These may resonate with you. They may not. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There was a bracelet. It looked to be some sort of stone on the bracelet. I think it looked like a pink, or they're giving me the word amethyst, but that's not what it looks like. But some of you have an amethyst, or amethyst might be significant to you. Look up what that means. And then it looked like a velvet satin bag, you know, that you would put crystals in, or like marbles in, or I don't know, something about that. I have no idea. Take it or leave it. That might be just for one specific person. Just further validation, this reading is for you. But let's go ahead and get into the cards and get to the nitty gritty and see what's going on, Cancer. The first card you have out is the 5th house of passion, which is funny because this is Leo energy, and I was just talking about that. But this is talking about being more in this vibe of wanting more passion in your life, creativity, going into more of the playful side of yourself and the playful side of relationships, or being guided in that direction. There could be a lot of focus on children, humor, romance, that type of vibes coming through. And interestingly enough, this card actually says disco ball. And when I was getting that song, because it's kind of an older song, they were showing me roller skates and a disco ball. So that may resonate with you as well for some reason. All right, so let's see what angel card we get out. The 2 of Pentacles. So this is kind of like juggling priorities here, Cancer. Maybe a few different things that are requiring your attention right now. And maybe what you've been putting on the back burner is things that make you feel passionate, things that are romantic and fun and playful, you know, because they're giving me, is that from a movie? I heard, here's Johnny. That's weird. Is that from The Shining? Something about all play and no fun. That's some really interesting images. Not really sure what that means. But it's kind of this essence, either way, Cancer, of like all all work and no fun. Yes, that's what it is. It's like very serious type of energy, or it's very dutiful, like you've got a task list or obligations, and putting your joy or your happiness or like things that you'd rather be doing or things that are a little bit funner on the back burner for whatever reason, maybe because you've had to, because you have responsibilities. But this is saying, Cancer, no matter what the task is at hand, you can always bring pleasure and fun to it. Even if it's cleaning your house, you know, even if it's taking a walk or being at work. It's like the fun is in the mood that you choose, right? And we are indeed in control of the mood that we bring with us to the day. And so if you can keep that in mind when you're doing menial tasks, when you're doing obligatory work, if you could bring a sense of wonderment or joy to that, it will lighten the mood. It's easy to like get in this space, Cancer, where we forget that we are in charge of our own happiness, and we start making our happiness very much dependent on the day and the surroundings, you know. And so like sometimes people get in this rut where they don't allow themselves to feel happy Monday through Friday, because they're waiting to the weekend to feel happy, and Monday through Friday is for serious and work and obligations. But that's a miserable way to live, because every day is a blessing, and even if you have things you have to take care of, there's no sense in doing it in any other emotion than joy and elation and love. And that's a choice. You can love what you do, or you can push against life and cause yourself more anxiety and resistance and pain. It's allowing life to flow to you and through you, regardless of the day of the week, regardless of what's on your plate, and just understanding that life itself is a blessing, and you're in charge of how you feel about it. And to a lot of parts of your life, you're in charge of what you do about it. So FYI, if you've been in a position, a job, or a relationship where you're always having to force it, or you don't really like it, it feels obligatory to you, you can do one of two things. Either change the actual environment, job, relationship, or change the way you're seeing it, change the mood that you're bringing to it, lighten it up within your energetic self. And in fact, I might do both, you know. But take it as it resonates, right? It's like time to stop thinking that fun is an after fact. You know, I'll have fun after I get this, and this done. No, have fun along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, have fun the whole time. That's a choice. That's a choice we make. All right, so now we're going to go into the thoughts and the headspace, and then we're going to go into Cancer, what's going on in the emotional space, and then what's going on in the spiritual picture. Oh, now that saying's coming through. Wow, I really murdered that. All work and no fun makes something angry. Makes Johnny angry. It's such a bizarre, I'm sure somebody knows it. Put it in the comments. When we hold ourselves away from feeling joy, it always feels like irritation. It always feels like boredom. It always feels like depression. And those emotions are a signal to you that you are not in a state of appreciation in that moment. And once you realize that emotion is letting you know that you're not in alignment, then you can stop yourself and refocus your thoughts around it to a more pleasurable experience. And then you call that into you, Cancer. There's that Two of Pentacles again. So you have the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. This is also, I feel like a lot of you are kind of coming out of that headspace, but some of you are still kind of stuck there. There is this very serious energy showing up, but there's also elation showing up. So some of you are bouncing back and forth between those two moods and just need to stabilize it a little bit more. I feel like you're in the space, Cancer, of your life where you're feeling more comfortable with yourself, or during this time frame feeling a little bit more comfortable in your surroundings and listening to your intuition more and following your joy and your bliss a little bit more. And that's helping you to balance things out, or that's what's going to help you to balance things out. The power of finding joy, regardless of the condition, is the very thing that will break you free from the 3D matrix of life and elevate your soul to a next growth level. Just simply wrapping your mind around the fact that you can funnel joy to you regardless at all times is enough to push you into a higher elevation. Some of you are getting into that higher elevation of no longer going back and forth and just allowing yourself to feel good, allowing yourself to feel connected, doing things you want to do because you want to do them, saying no to things that you don't want to do because you don't want to do them, and getting okay with that, I feel like that's so important. And there's a lot of creative thoughts coming in through your higher self, through your intuition, that are just going to help to fuel this passion within you, which will help you feel more secure in self and your environment. For some of you, your finances as well. So I'm really loving this energy here for you. Let's see what's going on in the emotional space. Cancer, what's going on in the heart space? King of Swords, Five of Swords. Ace of Swords. Wow, lots of swords energy. All swords energy. So that's really interesting that you have air energy showing up in your heart space. Now, some of you could be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, that really stresses you the hell out because they have their own anxieties that they're dealing with. All right, that's if you're specifically dealing with an air sign. But for the rest of you, I feel like emotionally speaking, there's a sense of like not always feeling in alignment, not always feeling connected, like overthinking your emotions, getting too much in your head and not enough in your feelings. Which for a Cancer, for a water sign, that would feel really out of your element. Some of you kind of feeling out of sorts when it comes to your emotions at times, like almost being a little bit colder than usual, maybe a little bit more detached than usual. And it's because you're kind of getting in your own head here and overthinking something that's actually quite very simple. But because you're overthinking it, it starts eating away at you and your insecurities and starts to make you feel trapped and stuck. Really interesting, right? This is where the seriousness is coming from that I felt earlier. It's like in your mind, your thinking is geared more towards I want to have fun, or I want to have more joy in my life. I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel at peace. But in your heart, there's a little bit of a tug of war going on here with like, I'm not feeling that right now, or what if this, what if that? And it's causing a disconnect here, Cancer, between head and heart. That's the best way I could describe this, is like a head and heart battle. It does not have to be around relationships. It could be around any area of your life. But some of you, yes, a relationship. But it's this back and forth, feeling really clear and then feeling totally disconnected, feeling, clarity and then being totally confused and trapped. It's vicious. So there might be some real big, intense swings or mood swings here going on within the environment, within other people surrounding you, or possibly within you. It's like feeling connected, then not being able to hear your intuition. You know, and then feeling successful and clear, and then maybe the next day comes and you feel the opposite of that, and you're insecure and you're not feeling that way. And remember what I said at the beginning, it's about consistently being able to balance that energy. And some of you, that's what you're learning here in this moment. I wanted to say this life path, but it could be just this moment of finding that fine balance. It's energy work. That's what it is. It's energy work. It's like getting more in tune and more in control of emotions, and how, most importantly, how you express them. Because now they're giving me the song again. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, ooh, baby. Yeah, how you talk about it. So let's see what the big spiritual picture is here for you, Cancer. Page of Pentacles, the Sun, the Devil, and the Moon. There's that bipolar energy here. Not saying you're bipolar, although some of you might be. Although, you know, in the big picture, the collective is always bipolar because there's contrast, light and dark, and we have to have both. So truthfully, at the end of the day, all of us are a bit bipolar. We all have ups and downs, light and dark. But this energy is a little bit extreme during this time frame. Extremely high vibrating, then extremely low vibrating, you know? And it's like, if you could just balance that out a little bit more, your body would feel better, your head would be a little bit clearer, and this would clear out, you know? Because there's an opportunity here, Cancer, to feel connected and rejuvenated. But then here comes these habitual toxic thinking or behaviors here, and it totally drags you down. Some of you have addictive behaviors, and that's what's blocking you. Like overdoing it. Like you have a favorite food, but you eat it way too often. Like you need variety in your life. Variety is the essence of life. Or it could be like drinking or smoking or whatever, you know, but it's fine in moderation, but then you're overdoing it and then it's just sucking the energy out of you. It doesn't have to be drugs and alcohol. Addictions come in all sizes. We're creatures of habit. Don't ever feel bad about this because this is a normal human trait. We all like what we like. And sometimes we like it so much we don't include variety. You know, we like places we're familiar with, we like people we're familiar with, we like foods that we're familiar with. There's like a sense of being addicted to the familiarity of something, but maybe that's not so good, at least not in mass amounts, or when you're spending mass amounts of time in just your comfort zone. Like this energy is almost begging you, Cancer, to push out of the comfort zone a little bit. Because it's like your comfort is drowning you. Some of you just need to talk this out with a friend or someone you trust. Talk about it. But see, on the flip side of that, when you're clear on your good days here, everything looks really comfortable. Your intuition flows. You feel light. You feel clear in your mind, and that's when your best ideas come, and that's when you feel the best physically as well, and that's not a coincidence. It's because your mind is right on those days, in those moments. It's like there's all this growth opportunity here, Cancer, and a chance to feel more revitalized and have a little bit more fun. But don't let your bad days become your routine. Sorry, it took a moment for the rest of that to come through. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let your bad days outweigh your good days. And they gave me a different phrase. Don't let your bad ways outnumber your goodness, your good ways. Like, you are more good than bad. You know that, right? And in the big scheme of life, there's much more wellness surrounding you than illness, than the opposite of. But if all you focus on is the bad, then it will feel like that's all there is. But there's a large mixture going on here in your energy of good and bad. And I could see why this would be hard to balance. But I feel like what you're being called to do is stop labeling things as bad and good and just label it as an experience. And in each experience, in each day, in each moment, you have one choice. And that choice is you could either do it and be happy or you could do it and be mad. But you pay the price either way. So make a conscious choice just for like a few days in a row, maybe just one day or the week, that no matter what the task is at hand, you're going to bring joy to it and watch your life change overnight if you can do that. Watch your patterns of behavior change. Watch your thinking change. No matter what it is that you're doing, find a way to find satisfaction and joy in it. That's the challenge that Spirit is giving me for you. Okay, so, and if you can do that, then there's a lot of good stuff waiting to come in that will make you feel a little bit lighter, more passion, more fun coming in. All right, so let's see what the guidance is. It says, breathe in relationships. The breath is the vital bridge between your body and soul. It's the connection between the inside and the outside, connecting you to the universe, spirit, and the divine source. The breath permeates your entire being with prana, which is the same life-giving force that nourishes everything in the universe. Relationships. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life. How you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. Remember I said earlier that some of you have a specific relationship that makes you feel maybe bipolar or that gets you stressed out? If you could change your focus as that being a problem into that being a catalyst for your growth, and you could really change that perspective, you can get rid of that stress around that connection. FYI. So I'm going to leave it there, Cancer. Interesting reading. I hope it resonated with you. The zodiac signs that are showing up most predominantly are Leo and Capricorn. Isn't that weird? Because I got both of those before I even got any cards out. Pisces. And an air sign. That could be placements in your birth chart as well. Take it as it resonates. Leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. Tarot Time with Dana, linked in the description box below. Please only use the official links in the description box below. There's a lot of fake accounts out there. But you can find me over there. Also, if you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so in the About section. I am wishing you the very, very, very best. And until next time, my friends. Namaste.